You don't want to just do an upper body workout to do an upper body workout. You want to actually make progress. The only thing that's going to keep you in the game when it comes to training, and I've trained a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people fall off, but the people who lasted the longest, like, dang, you're coming a lot and you're really dialed into this. They saw some kind of progress. They got a compliment from their husband or their wife or their friends, and we all could see it, and that just kept them going. So this is how you're going to make progress with building muscle anyway. Super high volume of reps. Lots of workouts? No. Super high volume of repetitions, right? You want to just kind of pour it on in that regard. And I'll work out with people. Sometimes I have a training partner, or I'll teach a class, or have clients when I used to. And if I'm really dialed in on and breaking them down, everyone hits this point where they're like, man, like, again? It's like, you gotta be kidding me. Perfect. Now you're in the right zone. If you're doing it so much, this applies, of course, to fitness. This is a fitness video. But anything that's not normal in success and greatness, muscles, six packs, Bugattis, big houses, successful families, successful relationships are not normal. So you can call it weird. You gotta get a little weird. And you know you're getting weird with it, the process, when you're like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. I can't do that again. Yes, you can. Now you're getting good because you're doing it so much that now you're going to start to see a difference. Make sure you're foam rolling your back, and then you're just stretching. If you have a TRX to stretch with, it's cool. If not, it's okay. But I'm really doing a lot of these. Everybody knows I'll do this and this stretch a lot against a bed or something, just both hands, and just hold it and like lengthen that out. That's where my elbow pain will come from. If I have any shoulder pain, it's foam rolling, posterior shoulders. Cupping, I'm really big on cupping. You can get any cupping set that you want on Amazon. They're cheap, or like $20. And I'll just so you'll ever see me, and I have always look like humongous hickeys all over me. They're in the thumbnail pictures too. We don't even take it out. Those help me heal really fast. So if you're like, man, I gotta get my lift on, get cupping. Cupping beats foam rolling all day. Cupping beats massage guns, and I have all of them now. I got the Theragun, I got all those damn things. They're great. But if you're like, I don't want to spend that much on massage guns, you don't have to. If you use cupping, and that's even cheaper. It's like $20, plastic cups. It hurts. You're pumping those things up, and they just suck and they stick to you. And even in faster tip, I'll put willow bark cream or any kind of thing with methanol in it, where it kind of like, icy hot. That got Tiger Balm, methanol. So I'll rub all that on there, right? It starts to get really like a tingling. Then I'll take the cupping thing and stick that on top and pump that thing up. Boom. I'm probably gonna do it today because I'm sore. I'm sore here, and my elbows are crispy, and I'm only on day 6 of this thing. This program is nuts. It's hot and hard, so I'm definitely gonna hit cupping today. So just do those things. That ice for sure. That'd be great. You do a round of cupping, throw the ice packs on there, and I'm back. If you're young, like in your baby, like in your 20s, you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But if everybody who's doing this, like my friends who are in their 40s and 50s, you know what I'm talking about. You're in pain, but we want to lift, so you got to just do extra. Your body just won't heal that fast. It's just how it goes. Who are you doing this for? That would even be even better. So I asked someone, what do they want? And then why do you want it? We all know that by now, right? It's a personal trainer way. What do you want? Why do you want it? But even more so, like if I actually, what do you want? Like maybe we're working out here. Let's just stick to the working out thing. Like, I can make it about anything. Money, success. And then you want to say, like, okay, for example, it's muscles, right? You want big muscles. Who is that going to affect in your life? Because you'll work harder for somebody else than you will for yourself. That's just what it is. Even if you think you won't, you will. You'll only work so hard for yourself. Remember when you were little, someone could talk about you all day. What was that back when we were kids? We talk about your mama. Your mama. And next thing, we be in 4th grade, next thing you know, we're throwing chairs at each other. So you make it about somebody bigger than you might do something really crazy, right? You'll go the distance with the diet and the working out. So if you could somehow tie what you're doing to that person, no, when you're doing something like this and you're taxing your muscles, carb up. You don't have to have crazy, stupid carbs like bread and pasta. You could, but I would do rice, potatoes, and if you wanted to slow it down a little bit. When I say slow it down, I should explain myself better. So check this out. When I say a food is fast, that means how fast it's gonna spike my sugar and get into my body. So like the less fiber that food has, carbs, the higher it's gonna pop that sugar. It's fast, so it gets in the body so quick. When it spikes your sugar, if your body can, when I say it's fast too, your muscles gotta be able to catch it. And if your body doesn't need it, and it goes in that quick, your body just stores it as fat. But if like, please, I've blitzed my muscles to smithereens. My body needs these carbs, right? See, carbs get all foods get a bad rap. Isn't that funny? Oh, don't eat meat. It's okay if you don't eat meat. I've seen plenty of fat vegans. It's crazy. Oh, I'm cutting out the meat. And I'll ask them, like, so why are you cutting out the meat? Well, I want to, first they say you're trying to save the animals, which I do appreciate because I love the animals and the children. Then they say, well, I do want to lose a little bit of weight, so I don't eat meat products. Stupid. Look, dude, you don't have to eat meat. You can get your protein from other sources. But that's totally stupid. Or then they bash, they weren't bashing protein, they're bashing fats. Oh, fats have 9 calories per gram. They must make you fat. So now you have food that's fat-free. You have vegan food, you have fat-free, and then carbs the devil. So now you say, oh, no sugar. Dude, you guys gotta know what to eat and when to eat it, right? Now, as far as the whole meat eating thing, I'm not trying to promote meat eating, but I'm just saying that we have eyes on the front of our face and canine teeth to tear through flesh. That makes you a meat eater. If you had your eyes on the side of your face and flat teeth like a cow, you shouldn't be eating any meat. But anyway, that's just kind of crazy. But anyway, I don't want to talk about what to eat and what not to eat, but I'm just saying that after you train, you're going to pop up those carbs so that your muscles, because you're going to break your glycogen down, because carbs store themselves in the form of glycogen. Then when you break them down, or your body needs that stored energy, it turns into glucose and it starts roaming around and your body starts using it for energy, right? So if you came in your session and you didn't come in, and no one should train on a full stomach, that's just stupid. But some people do, like who are really lean, they pop their sugar up like a whey protein shake or some pre-workout and also carb up after. Those are my hard gainers who have a problem eating. See, I'm naturally a fat person, so you can tell how my weight fluctuates throughout the years. I can get lean if I want to, but then I can take off for a week and come back 15 pounds heavier because I can probably eat 2 pizzas in one sitting, right? So I don't have a problem gaining size. I could easily be 260 pounds like that, right? But if, you got to kind of throttle this out. Like, what does my body need? That's why it's so weird. People ask me, what should I eat? It's like asking me, I'm your financial advisor, what type of shoes can I buy? What kind of car should I get, Sim? What's your budget? How much can you afford? Right? I used to be a realtor, right? So I say, I want to buy a house. I don't just take a client out and start showing them a house that's $1.5 million and they work at the post office. That just doesn't make any sense. So I have to ask, before we go look at the house, we would get something called a pre-qualification letter and see how much house can you even afford. There's no point of you looking at a certain type of house, of me showing you a certain type of house, if you know and I know that you can't even afford it. That's what you eat. Every day you're like, well, what can you afford? Now, if you have the metabolism of a house cat, and some women do, who, I shouldn't say that, maybe some men do too, and they're shoveling all these carbs in their mouth, and they go on these little power walks, and they do something, and they can talk. If you can talk while you exercise, there is no way in hippy dippy hell you should be having carbohydrate other than vegetables and a little bit of fruit. right? So you can look at the glycemic index of foods, and the higher that carb is and the lower that fiber, the faster it's going in your body. And when it goes in fast and your body doesn't need it, so when you eat slower carbs, rolled oats and like brown rice, those are still carbs, but they don't come in your body so fast that your body's got to break them down. And there's some more fiber in there, so it doesn't make you, they don't give you that kick. You're gonna have way more pop off of white rice. Like, I'm gonna be able to jump high and do all kinds of stuff while I'm bloated on those kind of carbs, but you got to be careful with it. So it's all about what the activity is for the day, right? And people think that people who are really big eat a lot. Oh, you must eat. No, most of the time you don't. They just eat a lot on the days they move. And you can't train like a lunatic 7 days a week. It won't work. You're eventually gonna break something, especially if you're natural. Your body won't heal that fast. So you have to eat, and plus, this might happen too. Maybe you train really hard, like you bust the muscles up, and then you carb up after. That should help your soreness the next day. But if you're still like, oh my gosh, I am still blitzed, you might, be careful, hit the carbs again. I don't recommend that though. I mean, everyone's body is so different. Like, that's why I hate the question people ask me, what do I eat? It's like, this is going to be a 1 hour conversation, and it would depend on what your goals are and what you did for the day. So look at food like that. Yes, food is fun. It's part of our whole social thing, especially Americans. We love to eat. We're the fat people. I can say that because I'm an American and I've been fat. So everybody who's watching this who's like in France or something like that, like, oh, see, I told you Americans are fat. They're like, no. I'm talking about myself. I don't want to call Americans fat. Now I'm gonna stick with that. Americans are fat. They're fat and lazy, right? So if you just ate, when you were hungry, because that's not even real. If you are like sub 6% body fat, then you are really starving. You're really starving to death, right? I don't know what might happen to you, right? But most people are not that. So it's not real. You can't really be hungry when you have fat on you. It's like saying, I'm broke, but you have $5,000 in your pocket. It's crazy. There's no way that you're broke. You might not be Bill Gates rich, that's for sure. Just like someone who's hungry might not be an obese 500-pound person, but if your body fat is over 15%, you have plenty of food all over you. It's called stored fat. You don't have to eat all the time. You gotta just like, I'm starving. No, you're not. The only thing you need to keep that body going is electrolytes. So I'm gonna give you another little foodie tip. If you're feeling really hungry and it's not your eating time, or you gotta go work out, all you gotta do, if you don't have to go buy any fancy stupid pre-workout, your electrolytes are just low. And if your electrolytes go too low, you will end up in the hospital, right? So you need potassium chloride and sodium chloride. That would be the same thing they put in an IV if you were laying in the hospital. No, they're not gonna be, if you were like laying out in the hospital like you couldn't eat, they're not gonna be pumping mashed potatoes into your eyeballs. They're gonna just be hitting you with the IV, and that's gonna keep you alive just fine. Well, I'm not as strong or as fast on my carbohydrates. That's for certain. But I'm not talking about that right now. I'm just talking about you being healthy and being able to break down muscle and manipulate your insulin. So keep that in mind. If you guys are like, I don't want to eat anything because it's not my eating time. I want to wait to eat after I work out. Great, that's what I do. I just put some salts in my water. Not table salt, it'll kill you. Pink Himalayan salt, and they have this stuff called no salt, which has potassium in it. There you go. It's cheap too. You get a lot of milligrams of potassium for that, and you get it off of Amazon. Okay, so little things like that. Like, you gotta just figure it out and just change it. I mean, I do have a plan for the week, right? I do. But there's always this yin-yang balance. Whenever my food goes really high, the movement is really high. And then I have times where I gotta bring it down and I need to recover. That food's gotta come down. And definitely those carbs. I hate saying that because everyone's body's so different, but I'll go ahead and say that. If you're not working out, I don't see the point of eating carbs. At all. No oatmeal, no cereal, no rice, no bread, no crackers, not even fruit. I really don't think you should eat fruit. Vegetables, you can eat those every day. except for the starchy ones like carrots and peas. Isn't that unfair? You think that was going to make you ripped? Those are loaded with carbs, right? So just, I mean, I say vegetables, I mean like green leafy vegetables. I don't mean eating like potatoes and corn. That's not what I mean, right? So extra information on diet there. I will see you guys tomorrow as we smash day 18. Get it? Got it? Get it.